Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be doing, again, continue to do socialization with Mylo. Mylo's here for service dog training. See, Polly's already out here kind of just floating around. So this is going to be an exercise of just me kind of moving with Mylo, continuing to intercept, okay, align his thinking. Again, I don't want him to fixate, invest. I want him just to relax. Okay, so this is about being in other areas, having other, say, dogs, situations, distractions happening, and having Mylo just to stay focused on his own. Okay, that's the goal of training, is to get him to always be ready to help as needed, whether it's picking up an object, helping to stabilize, okay, all the things that Mylo's going to be trained to do. So again, I'm going to bring Mylo out, and again, I'm going to be using, again, the choke chain, but again, just about how I'm using tools. I'm just nudging, I'm being proactive. See, that makes all the difference. It's already knowing that we're right kind of in the middle of a process. So therefore, I'm going to be more proactive, because I know that just a look just isn't a look at this point, okay? He still has a level of thinking, as I call it. So again, we know that that's starting to resolve as he becomes more and more agreeable. So that the context of agreeableness based again on these interactions based on what they represent. So we're going to be bringing him out, and Polly's just going to be kind of floating around here a little bit. The same thing as I move with him, I'm still working, again, angles. But again, if you watch the videos, again, see, you notice right away, his eyes he wants to kind of, take a little look here. But again, I'm advocating right away, I'm being proactive. So I'm tapping, because understand it's the same messaging all the time with him. And the thing is, he's gotten some good exposure here lately with other people. I haven't shown that on video because, again, with privacy. But I've had opportunities with other individuals, okay, to have him around certain people and to be advocating different people, which is great. People coming over to visit, okay, family members. And so this has been very helpful just to get him to relax. So right here, same thing. Paul, you can see Paul's coming over. Notice what I'm doing. Now again, whenever you know that you need to do this, is you're always looking at the level of disagreeableness, okay? And this is the fade out part, the level that he wants to, right, kind of bypass me, right, to try to connect with her. Okay, that's the thing. That's how you can tell. This is the level of intensity. So when you're doing this method, okay, just pay attention to how, they're trying to spin, turn, swivel their head, right? I'm opposite here. That's going to give you a good kind of baseline to know just how much this is needed, okay? This is a constant. So same thing. Notice here, see, I'm just tapping as I'm talking. I'm tapping the leash, nudging. And so I'm aware, and the reason I'm nudging ahead of time is I know I'm staying ahead of his mind. I know the level at which he's trying to invest. Okay, so I'm going to have to be active, more active at certain times. Right here, I'm not doing a whole lot. But you can tell, I can look at him and say, okay, you can tell how his ears are, how his body is, the tension on him. Okay, it's not high, but it's still there a little bit. Okay, so I'm still working it, working the method. Down. Put him into a down. Even as he goes into a down, I'm still tapping a little bit because he still wants to turn his head a little bit. So I still have to be vigilant. Okay, tapping. I bring him up into a sit. I start to move with him here a little bit. Same thing, working angles. Polly's going to move around. Sit. And that's the thing too. When you have a dog, the interesting thing is, when you're working with a dog, the other dog will sense how much control you have. You'll see even cats will go into hiding very quickly because they know where the relationship is headed. So nature has a way of knowing, right, as to where you're at, okay, what they anticipate. They go almost into defensive mode. So here, if you have really good control and change happening, you'll see that other animal get very comfortable. And this is where you see cats come out. They get very comfortable because they know, hey, I'm in control. No problem. Because if they start to down, I'm going to push a little bit on him just to help assert a little bit of influence. And those here too, it's very interesting, right? You see when dogs go down, and be aware of that, when you put them in the down, if they know there's something behind them they want to look at, they'll angle their body on purpose a little bit so they can get that head swivel around a little easier. So you always have to be aware because it's a big deal to them, right? They want to be able to anticipate, you know, connecting that way because it's based on being fulfilled. Understand, it's about comfort that way. But it's about the path. So it's a big deal. They want to be able to connect. And they're setting up. Right? They're setting up to do that. So that setup is what you're going up against, saying, no, no, no. Different, we're moving forward differently here. I'm in control. You know, if and when you get to meet Polly, you're going to be relaxed as a follower, okay? And notice Polly's just in a perfect spot. She's just over there hanging out, which is what I want. And Mylo is looking pretty relaxed, okay? Right now, anyway, he's looking pretty relaxed. And don't get me wrong, you'll have your moments. As I'm doing this, you'll have these moments. And so even here, see, I'm not, you know, right here, there's very little influence happening at times with him, okay? It's right there ready to go. But, you know, when I'm even right here, see, I can nudge, see a little bit, and I see his nose going, just a little bit. He just needs constant little reminders just to calm down. Don't be seeking in your mind. Don't be thinking that way. Just relax. A little noise from the crate again, didn't react very much this time. You know, it's everything. It's just that whole messaging that I own it all. I'm in control, need to relax, down. Just like here, just calm down, okay? Stay focused on me. Same thing as you know, it's the same type of exercise I'm going to be doing for, even when I'm doing the task-specific training, okay? Polly will be out, you know, in the mech, so to speak, in the mechs. Even here, I'm just tapping a little bit. So I just want him to see, nice, this is perfect, nice and relaxed, right? Just let it go, relax. So this is a great picture right here of that moment of just kind of exhaling a breath and being relaxed. So anyway, doing really well. You know, it's just coming along every day. I encourage you to watch every video because every day you'll see, if you line the videos up, you know, look for change. Look for just how more agreeable he's getting. The first day, you know, I'm turned opposite. You see how desperate he is, right? And so as we're doing this, he gets more and more just starting to let it go, starting to relax because I'm advocating the same way, I'm interacting the same way, I'm dialed in the same way, the messaging's always the same, no matter what I'm doing. And so he makes sense of it. He understands the intent, and he becomes more and more agreeable. So again, Mylo's doing great. This is exactly the way to end, you know, this little training session here with him. But this goes on multiple times during the day. When I'm working with dogs, you know, they're in and out, in and out, in and out. So this is a constant messaging. So, because again, it's how it takes hold in their mind. Okay, it's the same type of interactions happening all the time. So he's just really great moment here, doing really well. Sit.